Next up, I'm incredibly excited to bring up our next trainer of the call today. This is someone who we've been bringing on, I feel, a lot in recent weeks. We've been interviewing her a lot, and a big part of the reason as to why we're doing that is because she's just killing it right now. Absolutely killing it right now. She is a Colorado native. She's a mother of 3 daughters, and I believe all 3 are premier distributors here at LifeVantage. She has a background as a teacher, as well as a volleyball coach and a track coach, winning numerous state titles in both of those, and was also nominated for National Volleyball Coach of the Year, which is incredibly impressive. A breast cancer survivor of 5 years. She began in direct sales back in 2012, started working in the industry, and came over here to LifeVantage last year, I believe in May of 2019, and has been building with us ever since. She loves the company. She loves the culture, loves the products, loves the people, loves the integrity of the company. And you know what? I think it shows within her achievements here at the company, because in that period of time, she is now an elite Pro 7 here at LifeVantage in just about a year. An elite Pro 7 with us is someone whose business on average every single month generates at least $100,000 in sales every single month. We showed you the income disclosure statement. I think it is also one of those target ranks that a lot of our distributors kind of aim for. So that is someone that was able to do that and able to do so very quickly here at LifeVantage. So without further ado, from Colorado, we're going to go ahead and bring on none other than Sandy McClure. And Sandy, I shared a little bit of your story. If I missed anything, feel free to fill us in. But, we're going to ask you just a few questions. The first question right off the top of my head is, this business, not everyone's going to be saying yes, unfortunately, when you go out there and talk to us about inviting. Not everyone right off the bat is going to be saying yes. So how do you handle rejections within the confines of network marketing?
Well, thank you, Colton, and it's great to be here. Welcome, everyone. Wow, to follow Tara, incredible. Great amount of energy. And what I saw in the chat was everybody was talking about, I love your energy, I love your enthusiasm, I love your belief. And rejection, a lot of times when we don't have that belief, we feel rejection a lot heavier than we would otherwise. And so right now, I'm coming in after Tara Wilson. Are you kidding me? I could be worried about what all of you are thinking right now. I can't control what you're going to feel about me one way or another. So I just have to deliver my message and I have to go on. Part of that comes with age. I'm going to tell you, I'm 56 years old. I don't really worry about what people think about me. My belief is my belief, and it's so strong that nobody's going to waver that. But sometimes you don't have that confidence. So what I want you to do is right now, just take yourself back to a time where you were going to purchase something or where you were out shopping. We've all rejected something, and that's what you tend to forget. Number one, it's not personal. When did you walk into a store and a clerk came up to you and said, "Can I help you?" And you say, "Well, no, thank you. I'm just looking." "Well, what are you looking for?" "Well, I'm not really sure. I mean, maybe it's a specific outfit, but maybe you are just looking around and just browsing." And depending on how that clerk takes that is going to be dependent on if you walk out of that store with a purchase or not, whether you'll come back. And so I think that it's very important for you to take into consideration how many times you said no to someone. Did you actually walk out of that store without purchasing something? I think we've all done that at one point. When you walked out of that store, did the clerk put up the window, turn the sign and put closed? We're done, we're quitting, because that person said no. One no, one rejection. And depending on how I treated that person when they walked out of my store depends on if they're ever going to come back. And so if we handle that very well and we give the customer a great experience, whether they purchase or not, that person will come back to you. And if you have the belief like Tara has, like I do, I've only been in this a year, but I was on products 2 months to make sure that this is something I wanted to put my stamp on and something I wanted to share. I wanted to create that belief in myself. What is it it's the root of that fear of rejection? What is the root cause of that fear of rejection? And basically, it is lack of confidence. And what you have to understand, you heard it from Tara, you're not alone. She has never missed an event. She gets around the fire. She educates herself not only in LifeVantage, but in the industry of network marketing, whether you're bringing on business people or product people, that's huge to understand this, because it's different than anything. When I was a school teacher, it was completely different from what I'm doing right now. And I had to understand that. I had to get my mindset right, which is what Tara referred to, and to just believe you have to come into your own in this, and you have to understand it's different than anything you've ever done, but you are going to make it if you stay the pace.
Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. So leading kind of along those same lines, what gives you courage to continue to keep going and keep building after being turned down?
Well, I think, again, I could just reiterate everything that Tara said. If you're worried, if you're only talking to one person, you've got one person in that pipeline, and that rejection comes, that's going to be easy to focus on that. But if you have several people in your pipeline and you're talking to numerous people, one rejection is not going to bother you because you have so many other people that you're focusing on. And so again, the belief is important. If you are not using the product, you need to get on the product. And I can't tell you how much confidence that's going to give you. That gives me the courage to continue, because every day when I swallow the products, I know what they're doing for me. And believe me, I've been through a lot. And again, I'm not going to swallow just anything. And so I know the power of these products and what they have, and not only for just me, but for my dog that runs around as well, my hair than it's ever been. So all I have to do is really look at myself in the mirror and say, am I promoting what I'm doing? And absolutely I am. And I do know that everybody in my life needs to have this. And I will not be that girl that doesn't tell them about it, because no one told me for years. I didn't know about this until May of 2019. How in the world did no one ever tell me about LifeVantage and about the products? And so I have to make sure that I don't make that mistake. It's the same way with the business, guys. This is a publicly traded company. And if you're in network marketing, you have to understand there are very many direct sales companies out there that are publicly traded. And that means full disclosure of everything. So you know what's going on. And name me a business where you've always known everything that's been going on and the projection of things to come with a corporate call. Everything's scientifically backed. So the confidence I have is unbelievable. I have no doubt where this is going. So if they tell me no, I say, that's great. I'm fine. I'm going with or without you. And one other thing, Colton, that I want to bring up is we have to be aware of seasons happening in our lives. I'm a very good example of that. You know, and Tara talked about what you're doing now. You'll find if you're working and planting, you're going to reap the harvest. But the same thing goes for when you have to step back. And that happened to me in April and May of this year. I was staying with my mom. I was living with her, 91 years old. Her health started to decline. And up to that point, I was really engaged with a lot of people, but I had to focus my time on my mom. So very much so, 3 months ago, as my mom's health was declining and she eventually passed, and then I had to take care of her estate and all of those things, now I'm feeling the effects of not being able to work my business 90 days ago. So I'm having that lag time. So you have to understand there's a 90-day lag time of what you do now. In 90 days, you're going to feel the effect. And unfortunately, I'm feeling the effect, but I'm not worried about that because I still know where I'm going. I'm giving myself that grace. But you have to know if you're not doing anything right now and you don't take action right now, like Tara said, you know what's going to be in 90 days? Same thing that's happening now. If nothing's happening now, you have to take that action. And so if you're expecting income right away and for this to be fast, I want you to think about something that I think about. When I came into this, when I was teaching full-time, I didn't quit my full-time job when I first got into network marketing. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't even intend to do it, but I thought, gosh, these products are amazing. I'm going to share these just like I would a movie, and they're going to pay me for that. Great. I can share while I'm doing my regular job. And so if you think about this, building this business as somewhat of a retirement plan, if I start a retirement plan today, I'm probably not going to be able to retire tomorrow. I probably won't be able to retire in a year. But if I keep building and chipping away and funneling some income into that retirement plan and some time and energy and investment, yes, it takes investment again in attending things, then I will have something to show for that later on in my life. But if I keep wishing instead of doing, that's never going to happen.
Absolutely. And you know, I think Sandy, anyone that's first seeing you, you know, we have a lot of first timers that are watching this Zoom can clearly tell that you're an inspiration. Your story is incredible. Someone that clearly has encountered a lot of trying times and has overcome those things and succeeded and pushed forward. And I think it goes without saying that you clearly are a leader. You know, you're clearly a leader and have those qualities. And that's something I think Tara talked about as well, is being a leader in your team. So for you as an Elite Pro 7, how do you create community within your team and assume that leadership role so that people have the confidence to kind of join and follow you and follow what you're doing?
Well, I want you to take a look at me right now and know that I'm as plain and ordinary as anyone. I grew up on a farm. I've never had anything given to me. I've always had to work for everything I've gotten. And so there aren't any special skill sets that you need. There are skill sets that you need to build as you go, but you earn as you learn, as Tara said. And so for me, to create a community, you attract who you are. And so you have to take a good hard look and self-evaluate. Would I follow me? Or am I somebody that I would want to connect with and become part of? And so you have to create that community, first of all, by knowing that you are, when you enroll as a distributor, starting to set up an opportunity where you're going to lead an army. So that's where you want to set some guidelines, treat it like a business, just as Tara said. This is not I think I'll try it. This is, I'm going to do it. And you have to have that mindset. No timeline. I'm doing this forever. And there's no room for ego or drama. So you have to know that you're bringing people into a community. You have to control that community somewhat where people feel welcome to be there. There's enough drama and nonsense going on in the world right now. Nobody's attracted to something like that. They're not out there looking for, I want to be part of something that's just going to create havoc in my life. Please sign me up for that. So you have to create that community, and you have to be consistent with that in your messages, in your expectations, and in your schedule. By starting on time, being on time. People's time is valuable. And it's just like we started here, right on time at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and we will finish when we promise. Another thing that I'm gonna end with is this. If you need to do what you say you're gonna do, okay? And you cannot ask of someone what you're not willing to do yourself. So if I'm not willing to go out and talk to people and going out and recruiting people and going out and getting rejected, then I can't expect the people that I bring on board to do that. I have to be there to help them, to guide them, but essentially it's up to you to make that decision. All the tools are here. LifeVantage provides an amazing plethora of so much, including today's training. And if you plug in and you stay the course, that little retirement plan we talked about will be coming sooner than you think.